She left the house smiling. The two kids she was babysitting adored her. It was a quiet suburban neighborhood, just like any other. But hours later she would vanish. No signs of struggle, no evidence left behind, and no one saw her leave. It was like the earth had swallowed her whole. This is the haunting true story of Melissa Cortez, a 17-year-old babysitter from Oregon who, in 2016, disappeared from inside the home she was supposed to be protecting. What started as a normal Saturday night turned into one of the most chilling unsolved cases in the region's history, with 0 arrests and only a cryptic voicemail as a clue. Melissa Cortez was a high school senior from a small town near Portland, Oregon. A smart, dependable teen known for her calm personality and love for children. She had been babysitting for the Henderson family for nearly a year, a local couple with 2 young kids, aged 4 and 7. On the night of September 17, 2016, Melissa arrived at the Hendersons' home around 6:05 p.m. The parents were heading to a charity dinner downtown and were expected back by 11. Melissa brought snacks, homework, and her favorite fairy tale book for the kids. She texted her best friend around 8:12 p.m., saying, "They're finally asleep. Easy night." That was the last known communication from her phone. Everything until then was ordinary. No signs of discomfort or fear. The Hendersons returned at 10:54 p.m. to a house that seemed undisturbed. But Melissa was gone. The kids were still asleep. Her shoes, bag, and even her phone were still in the living room. The door was unlocked, but nothing was missing. No note, no noise, no sign she ever left the house. Local police were called within minutes. The first assumption? Melissa had walked out voluntarily, maybe had an emotional breakdown. Maybe a secret boyfriend picked her up, but her phone, ID, and all personal belongings were untouched. Surveillance footage from nearby homes showed nothing. One neighbor's Ring camera had a glitch, precisely between 9:32 p.m. and 9:55 p.m., the exact window Melissa could have disappeared. Fingerprints on the back door were all from family members. No signs of forced entry, no footprints outside, nothing on the carpet. A full forensic team combed the house, UV light, luminol, fiber analysis, and found no sign of struggle. The only strange clue: a voicemail received by Melissa's mother at 2:13 a.m., just hours after the disappearance. A deep male voice whispered, "She's not hurt. Yet." Then silence. The number was blocked and untraceable. The FBI was brought in within 48 hours. Melissa's digital footprint, text history, search data, school records, all came up normal. No signs of secret communications, secret trips, or a double life. Her social media showed no red flags. Her last activity was liking a post about her favorite band around 7:45 p.m. that night. Then, digital silence. Over the following weeks, the small Oregon town became ground zero for one of the largest missing teen investigations in the state. Search parties covered miles of woods and water near the Hendersons' home. Canine units were brought in, but the scent stopped cold near the backyard, as if she had vanished into thin air. Several tips came in, including a local man who claimed to have seen a girl matching Melissa's description at a gas station 3 towns over. But surveillance showed it wasn't her. Another disturbing lead came from a truck driver, who said he picked up a girl crying on the side of the road, but that too led nowhere. Every day Melissa's face appeared on the news. Still, no breakthrough. The voicemail haunted investigators. Voice analysis showed it belonged to a male between 30 and 40 with a slight Midwestern accent. But without more data, they couldn't trace it. Melissa's family pleaded on live television. A $50,000 reward was offered. No ransom, no confession, no body. Just silence. Years have passed, and Melissa's disappearance remains unsolved. Her case has become the subject of multiple true crime podcasts and Reddit threads. Several theories have emerged. Theory 1, the inside job. Some believe the perpetrator knew the family, possibly a neighbor, an old acquaintance, or even someone from school. They may have slipped in through the unlocked back door while Melissa was in another room, taken her without alerting the kids, and left no trace. Theory 2, human trafficking. Given the eerie voicemail and total lack of digital evidence, Others suspect Melissa was abducted by a small trafficking cell that scoped out young babysitters. This theory gained traction when, in 2019, 2 other Oregon babysitters reported being followed by a gray van. Both were unharmed, but the van was never identified. Theory 3. Voluntary disappearance. Though unlikely, some speculate Melissa may have run away, though the lack of planning, digital trail, and contact with family or friends weakens this theory significantly. To this day, Melissa Cortez is listed as a missing person in the FBI database. No arrests, no suspects, just a voicemail, and a void in her family's heart. Was this a perfectly planned abduction, an inside betrayal, or something darker no one has yet imagined? Comment your theory below, and let us know. Do you think justice will ever be served? And if you found this case chilling, stay tuned for our next deep dive into a case where a teenager left a chilling confession on TikTok and then disappeared. This is Dark Hour Files, and the truth is always waiting in the shadows. She was supposed to watch over 2 children for a few hours, but by the time the parents returned, she had completely disappeared. No calls, no texts, no sign of struggle, just gone. What really happened to the babysitter who vanished without a trace? This is the chilling story of Megan Parker. Megan Parker was a 19-year-old college student living in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Oregon. She worked part-time as a babysitter to support her tuition fees. Megan was known for her friendly demeanor and responsible attitude. Her parents, neighbors, and the families she worked for trusted her implicitly. On a chilly October evening in 2017, Megan was hired by the Thompson family to babysit their 2 children, ages 5 and 8, while the parents attended a charity gala downtown. It was supposed to be a routine job, lasting from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Megan arrived promptly, settled in with the kids, and sent a quick, "I'm here," text to Mrs. Thompson. That was the last anyone heard from her. The neighborhood was usually peaceful, with close-knit families and active community watch groups. No one expected that the night would turn into a nightmare. At around 9:30 p.m., a neighbor reported hearing a loud thud followed by a scream coming from the Thompson residence. However, the neighbor dismissed it, assuming it was part of a TV show or the children playing. No immediate action was taken. At 11:05 p.m., the Thompsons returned home, only to find the house locked and dark. When they entered, they noticed the children's toys scattered on the floor and Megan's car missing from the driveway. The kids were asleep in their beds, but Megan was nowhere to be found. Mrs. Thompson immediately called Megan's phone, but it went straight to voicemail. Panic set in as they realized that Megan had vanished without leaving any clue. Police were called within the hour, and a missing person report was filed. The investigation revealed that Megan's phone was switched off shortly after 8 p.m. Security cameras in the neighborhood showed no sign of her leaving the house after arriving. There was no forced entry, no signs of struggle inside the house, and no ransom demands. Detective Sarah Martinez, assigned to the case, described it as one of the most baffling disappearances she had encountered. The police canvassed the neighborhood, interviewed friends, and checked social media. Nothing pointed to Megan's whereabouts. A search party was organized the following day, scouring nearby parks, rivers, and abandoned buildings. But no trace was found. Megan's bank accounts showed no recent activity, and her social media was untouched since that evening. Some neighbors reported seeing a suspicious man parked near the house earlier in the evening. However, the description was vague, and the lead went cold quickly. The police also investigated the family, but no motive or suspicious behavior was found. The children were interviewed, but were asleep during the incident and could not provide any information. Megan's disappearance shook the community. Families became wary of letting their children out of sight, and the local news covered the story extensively for weeks. However, no new leads emerged. There are several theories around what could have happened. Theory 1. Abduction by a stranger. Some believe Megan was kidnapped by a stranger who knew the neighborhood and timed the abduction perfectly to avoid detection. Theory 2. Inside job. A few speculate that someone close to the family or Megan orchestrated her disappearance, possibly due to unknown conflicts. Theory 3. Voluntary disappearance. A less popular theory is that Megan planned to disappear to escape debts or personal troubles, though nothing in her history supports this. Theory 4. Accident or foul play nearby. There is a possibility that Megan met with an accident or was attacked in the vicinity, and her body was concealed. What do you think happened to Megan Parker? Was she taken by a stranger, or is there something darker behind the scenes? If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more baffling true crime mysteries, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Drop your theories in the comments below. We might discuss the most popular ones in the next video. Until then, stay safe and keep your loved ones close.